Alright, welcome everybody. My name is Bob Loves Cheese, and this video is all about the various wall rides that we use in the Costume Quest 2 speedrun. Now, what is a wall ride, you might ask? It's just a way that you can kind of force yourself in between a wall or an object, or two objects, or two walls, something like that. Two things with collision. And you can kind of force yourself up and you'll be able to ride up the wall. And usually that'll get you over something, so you can kind of just skip whatever is... whatever barrier is in your way. So there's several in the speedrun. They're all used here in the sewer section, which is the kind of mid section of the game. It makes the route very cool. It's my favorite part of the game because there's no fights. It's just all movement tricks and stuff. So this video I'm going to be going over all of them. There'll be timestamps so you can kind of skip around which ones you want. I imagine you're probably going to be watching this video a couple times to get a good grasp of the angles. As you can see, I have input display, so you can see where my joystick is, what angle I'm holding, and that's really the main thing that's going to help you out with these wall rides if you are having trouble. Again, you're just going to use your skates and then just kind of ram yourself into a corner. Depends on, you can't do it everywhere. You have to have a little bit of weird collision. We don't really know why it works, but one thing before I start that I will point out, if you go into 30 hertz, so this is changing the game from 30 FPS or 60 to 30 FPS, it's actually a lot easier to wall ride. So if you really are having trouble, then you can switch to that. I would not recommend playing the game in this mode. Just switch for when you need it, because it drops a lot of inputs and it also just runs slower and stuff. But for whatever reason, it changes the physics a little bit of wall riding, so it makes it easier. There's one that it is necessary for, but other than that, you don't need to use it for any of them. And when you get up to a higher level, I would actually suggest not using them, or not using the 30 hertz. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get into the route here. So first area is Old Auburn Pines, and there's two of them, and I'm going to show you them back to back. So we'll go ahead and skip up to where the wall ride is. Okay, this is the wall ride spot. It's between this tree and this fence here. So this is just after you've gotten the first two houses in the area. So what you're going to do is you're going to just kind of force yourself up. Again, just there's not really a whole lot I can do to explain. Just look at the inputs, the input display, and just see the angle I'm using. So what I'll probably do is just show you, just go through a bunch of it, just back to back, just so you can kind of get an idea of the angle. It's not always consistent. You can have a little bit of trouble, like if you are struggling to get up, sometimes it's best to just back out a little bit so you can almost like reset it. But usually I'll just kind of go until I get it. So just like that, you'll ride up. You'll land on this little fence here. You'll just kind of fall off to the left. But again, I'm just going to show you several so you can get a good idea. Sometimes it's, sometimes it just doesn't want to work. There's no real idea of why. Like here, there we go. So you'll kind of just stop just at the, not even all the way up to the top of the fence, and then it'll just force you up the rest of the way. It's a little bit weird, but I'll do it one more time just so you get an idea of the angle. Just like that, you'll land on the fence and then you'll fall off. So this next one is right after. Depending on how quickly you got that first wall ride, you'll have the snail here. I will wait until it just comes back this way and it turns back around. And then you open the chest, and this one's super easy. Pretty much just straight up. It's so easy. So I'm not going to show you that one 3 times because I'd also have to preload the save, and that's annoying, and I'm lazy. So that one's super easy, so I wouldn't worry about that one. If you don't get that, though, the snail will turn around and catch you, so you don't really have time to retry it. You maybe got 4 or 5 seconds to get it. Luckily, it is so easy, so that's not really a problem. But if you do get caught by the snail, you'll go back in the sewer, and you'll just have to go around the long way. But that's it for these two. Again, replay this section if you want to get a better idea of my joystick angle. And I'm going to go ahead and skip over to the next one. All right, now we're off to East Side for the next two wall rides in the run. Now, these are a little bit more separate than the previous two that I kind of mentioned, but this is the very first chest in the area. You go talk to Mongo, I think his name is. You get him to move out of the way, and you come up here to this balcony. Now, normally you're supposed to collect this chest, and then you'll get the item. You'll go up to the top. You can see that upper section above me with those birds, and then you have to go all the way down. But we can actually wall ride against this chest and this railing, and you'll be able to exit. So again, this one's also pretty easy. So you'll just wall ride up, you get on the railing, and you'll fall over. So I'm going to just show you a couple times. Just 2, and one more time. Come on, come on, come on. This is the same angle. If it causes problem, yeah, back out. You can get it pretty easy. So yeah, this one is a rather easy wall ride. So I'll go ahead and move on to the next one. Okay, so this is, I would say, definitely the most difficult wall ride in the run. And it's also probably the second most difficult trick we do on the run. The other one, most difficult being Snail Skip, which I have a separate tutorial on. But that's unrelated to this video because it's not a wall ride. But we have the Mole Skip. So the way this works is, also I should note, make sure when you're coming into this area, don't go too close to that mole because he will see you and you'll have to fight him. But we don't have to. So the way this works is you can kind of just come over here to this edge here between the chest and the wall. The way this chest is set up is you're not able to open it until the mole is dead. But for some reason you can actually open it from on top of the chest. The old strat was you'd be able to wall ride up and across and you'd land in that little patch of grass you can see to the left of that chest. But you actually just stay up top, grab it from there, and then you just fall off the other side. So this angle is needlessly complicated. It's tough. You kind of just wall ride until you start to feel yourself go up. He does this a lot. Come on, come on. Again, this is one you definitely will need to back out of. Okay, yeah. And then when you do get up, make sure you stop. Because if you go all the way across, you'll fall into the grass. You can still open the chest, but there's no way to get out of that little area except by fighting the snail, the mole, not the snail. And if that does happen, if you do fall all the way across, that's fine. Open the chest and then attack the mole, but instead of fighting him, just run away from the fight. It's faster than fighting him outright, so we don't need the XP, but it is slower than just landing on top. So what you do from here is you would kind of just inch forward until you get the prompt to open it, and then you can open it. So I'm not going to open it now because I'd like to show you a couple more times of me getting up with the angle and whatnot. Because if I do, then you can't get up anymore. So there's 2. Probably show a couple times. Again, this one is stupidly precise. Okay, 3. I'll go 2 more. Again, I just want to get you guys a good idea of the angle and how to get up. 4, so one more time. Almost there, and 5. So again, it's not that difficult once you get it down, but it is definitely the most difficult wall ride in the run. So you'll just inch forward, open the chest, and then make sure you go off to the right. If you go straight across, you'll get caught by the mole. Go off to the right, and then you get to run off. And that's the last wall ride in this section. So I'll go ahead and skip over to the next section where we have one wall ride in the downtown area. Okay, now we're in the rooftops of downtown. So this will be the last wall ride in the sewer section. There's one more after, but obviously we'll get there. So this changes up the route a little bit if you go for this one. Again, I kind of explained it in the any percent tutorial, so I'm not going to go over too much here, but essentially the route diverges a little bit if you do this skip. It's just called downtown skip, so all the name we have for it. This one's a little bit more than the rest of them. So we have this grab an elder here. You talk to him with the clown, whatever, honk the horn at him. You'll run over here, come talk to this guy again, blah blah blah. And now normally you would go down this zip line right here, but we're gonna go a little different way. We do have one more house to trick or treat at as well. Get one of those supply things. So you're gonna go to this house, and then while you're on this black screen, if you hit the menu button, you'll actually be able to open up the pause menu. And this wall ride is only possible on 30 FPS for some reason. It changes the physics of the game a little bit for some reason. It's weird, but only possible there. So you have to switch it to 30 FPS, or else this will not work. So you're gonna shove yourself between this little balcony railing thing and this chair here, and you're just gonna go up. It's pretty easy. Once you start to go up, you're just gonna go all the way up. Most wall rides, you for some reason, you know, you'll start to go up and it'll decide it wants to go back down again. But this one, once you start to go up, you're going to go all the way up. So I'll show you a couple times here just so you can have a good understanding. Just once you start going up, just keep that direction and you are good. One more time here. This saves like 20 seconds. So once you're up on top like this, you'll kind of go on top of the chair and then you'll fall off here. So you could switch back to 60 hertz. Again, you don't really want to play in 30 hertz because the game drops all that inputs and it behaves differently. So I'd switch out of it as soon as I could if I were you. Fall down all the way and then you get to go into this area and you'll finish up with the downtown section. So that's that wall ride. We have one more, so let's go ahead and get there. Okay, and now we're here in the dental compound for the final wall ride of the run, at least it exists in the route so far. If there's more, then I'll probably add some sort of note in the description, but as of right now, it's the last wall ride we use in the speedrun, so I'll go and show you how to do it. This one is right after you can do snail skip or you can fight the snail, doesn't matter, you'll do the wall ride regardless. In this attempt, I have skipped the snail, which is why I paused right here. If I were explaining things, the snail would come back and catch me. But this one is also very easy. Not really a whole lot to kind of go over here. But again, want to be a comprehensive guide. So once you've skipped the snail or not, you can open the chest. And then you'll kind of go on the other side of it right here. And you will just glide right up. So I'll show you a couple times. Pretty much a straight right. A little bit up. Come on. And then I'll do it one more time. You go straight across and you'll go talk to this dude, Shady. So that's the last wall ride in the run. There's plenty more that exist in the game that we're aware of. You can do it pretty much everywhere. Like, I bet you can do it here. Or here, here, here. Okay, bad example, don't listen to me. But you can do it all over the game. There's so many that are known and so many that are unknown, but these are all the ones that are just used in the speedrun. So that's all I got for you. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments. Join the speedrunning Discord. Plenty of cool people there. But that's it for me. My name has been Bob Loves Cheese, and thank you for watching.